Hey guys, some people have asked me that have larger dogs that can't ride in the airplane cabin with them, how I got my dog overseas and what it took and what I had to go through to do it. So I had remembered that I had made an old video about how exactly to do that step by step. So I thought, why not just, revisit that old video? And it has all the information in there. So if you have a dog that's oversized for cabin. Mine was a small dog, but he was still oversized to fit in a cabin bag. So he had to fly in cargo, or you could use private charters or something like that, but it's very expensive. It's like $10,000 or something or more. But anyway, so in this video, I tell you exactly how I got my dog over here through commercial airline and how it went. So check out this video. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks a lot. Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about 10 quick steps that you can use to fly your dog from the United States internationally. There's an age limit, I think, for the dog, and I think it's 15 years. They have to be 15 years or less. When I was moving overseas, I had to search about 15 videos to find everything I needed to get my dog overseas. So I'm going to give you all the steps right now in 10 steps. Just follow it, and this is what you need to do in one quick video. Number one, check the website right here that I'm going to give you to see if your dog is going to be going to a high-risk country for rabies. You don't want to be caught off guard if that's the case. And once you're clear on that, for whatever state that you live in, you need to find a USDA veterinarian that can do your dog's physical and provide all the paperwork for you. Not any veterinarian can do it. It must be a USDA certified veterinarian that can provide your dog's physical and provide all the paperwork you're going to need to travel internationally. A lot of VCA veterinarians have this certification. So check this website and call around to find one near you and make an appointment. Your dog is going to need to have a physical, inserted microchip, all their current vaccinations, and let the veterinarian know which country you're traveling to. The paperwork will have some parts in the language of the target country. Now, this can be very expensive, so expect it to get up to about $400 to $500 plus range for each dog that you're going to move. If your dog needs a light sedative, like my dog did, it's a non-drowsy sedative, be sure to remember to ask the veterinarian about that. If you don't have all your paperwork in order, the target country can put your dog in quarantine for about 10 days or more, so you don't want to be bothered with that. You don't want to have that happen. Step 4, the veterinarian is going to send the paperwork to the capital of your state to the USDA office. There, the paperwork is going to be signed and certified by them. Your certificate must have what they call a wet signature and an embossed stamp on it. I'm going to say that again. The paperwork must have a wet signature and an embossed stamp on it. Next. The next step, step 5. The local veterinarian that you went to is going to want to FedEx those papers to your city's capital office. So you're going to need to come up front with a pay for that FedEx to come back to you. It usually takes the office about 2 to 3 days or so to process it and then to overnight it back to you. When you get it back, guard that paper with your life, as you will need it to board the dog on the plane, at the airport in the United States, and customs will ask for it as soon as you enter the new country with the animal. Step 6. Now this is important. The paperwork is only going to be good for 10 days, so you must travel within that time frame. Make sure you have all your appointments and your returned FedEx paperwork back in time for your departure. Or you're going to have to do it all again, and you're going to have to pay for it all over again. Don't forget to add your dog to your airplane ticket with the airlines, else they may not have room for your dog on the day that you want to leave if you just show up with the dog. Step 7. Meanwhile, you can be preparing your dog's travel accessories. You're going to need a crate large enough for your dog to turn around in. It must be a crate that is approved for flying. It must not have wheels, and it must be able to be flat on the plane's cargo floor and strapped in. If your dog's crate has wheels, make sure they're removable and that the crate can lie flat. Some people have their animal refused because of this. If it has removable wheels, that might be okay. But you don't want to be at the airport all set to go and this be the one problem that's stopping you from getting on that plane. This is the one that I got from Amazon. Step 8, what you need for your dog's crate. You're gonna need zip ties, disposable pads for soiling, a funnel to add water to your dog's bowl without opening the cage, a food and water bowl that is screwed onto the front cage door. It's usually with like these little fly nut things. You're going to need a soft pad with some decent thickness for the animal to lie on. It can have no blankets or towels or their favorite toys, and the dog can't even have their collar on. Some airlines will provide you with some zip ties, but bring some just in case they don't have them. The airline usually will provide you with live animal stickers for the outside and name and destination stickers. They will also have written on there if the animal is on medication and the last time they had their medication and food and water. Be sure to write the time zone of the time you gave the medication or the food. For example, 11:30 PST. Here's a video that you can watch later to see how to set your dog's cage up. Step 9. If your dog is a constant barker, like mine was, and very excitable in unfamiliar environments, be sure to speak to the vet, like I said, about a non-drowsy sedative. Another option is a vibrating bark collar. It only vibrates against the dog. It doesn't give a shock or anything. And when the dog barks continuously, it gives a warning tone. And if he continues to bark, it'll issue a vibration. But it just surprises the dog and they stop barking. Here's a great one. We used it and it worked like a charm. It got to the point that all we had to do was to put it near him and it stopped him from barking. Step 10, final step. This step is optional, but I taped an air tag in my dog's crate under his padding of the bed. I was able to see when they moved him from the holding area onto the plane, and I was able to track him all the way to his pickup point. Be sure to ask the airline where is the pickup point for your dog, because in some airports, it's not even at the airport. You have to pick it up at another place that's near the airport. There are only a few airlines that will allow a big dog to fly in cargo. One of them is Lufthansa. I think Portugal, TAP Airlines still allows it, but I'm not sure of any others. Usually, if you use Lufthansa, you have to route the dog through Frankfurt because that's where their animal lounge is, and that's where they have all their veterinarians. And they're supposed to let the animals out and exercise or take care of them if something is wrong. So I will also put that video link in the description that you can check out also. That's my tips, guys, and I hope they really help you. So that was the video, and I hope it was helpful to you guys. And like I said, if you have any comments or questions, just hit me up in the comment box, and I'll get back to you with any answers if you need any more help. Thanks a lot.